Hey Fragrance family, I'm David.
I'm Jer.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Coming at you again with another review, this time with Polo Red Intense.
Ooh, intense.
By Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
Date introduced is 2015, just this year as of this recording. It's classified as a woody spicy. Notes are grapefruit, lemon, cranberry, coffee, saffron, ginger, sage, lavender, amber, cedar, and leather. Quick note, they actually sent this to us for review, so I have the bottle on hand.
Okay.
And interesting thing about the notes is that the actual sheet said like red grapefruit, red coffee, red cranberry, it's red.
Intense coffee, intense grapefruit.
So what did you get of longevity out of this?
You know, it's average.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't intense longevity.
No.
I'd say 4 to 6-ish. 6-ish.
Yeah, I got in the average range as well.
Yeah.
You know, this is intense. And I've tried the regular version as well. I think I got better than the regular version,
Okay.
which was less than this, but this is just in the average range.
Okay.
What about projection?
Pretty loud for the first couple hours and then dies pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it was in the average range for me overall.
That's kind of what I see. Yeah. Thanks.
Season, this is a hard one to classify. I would say maybe fall. I don't really know. It has a strange mix there, so I'm not really sure, but I would say fall maybe.
Maybe.
And daytime.
Yeah.
Purpose, I would say this is good for casual.
Yeah.
And maybe work. So what does this remind you of?
It reminds me of a lot of different sort of freshy fragrances I've smelled. I don't know, it kind of defies explanation, or kind of defies, maybe it defies categorization or classification. It's just sort of a cologne. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's like in the middle, like this nebulous kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's kind of citrusy. It's very sweet to me. It's kind of bright, but then also it's kind of grounded in the same way. And I make this face like I'm faulting it. I guess maybe I can't fault it for being a jack of all trades. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's nothing special to me either. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of like cotton candy in a way.
I can see that.
It's like overtly sweet. That's not really my jam. You know, those Polo fragrances tend to be, you know, a little outside of classification. They're always just sort of a cologne. I mean, they have like a direction, but they're kind of just a cologne smell. You know what I mean? They're not really like, oh, this is our vetiver, or this is our leathery scent, or our whatever. It's just kind of like, it's a cologne.
Yeah, the bologna cologne.
It's a bologna cologne, just a different iteration on that concept. So this is just another one of those. I think intense is a bit of a misnomer. Yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I can't tell the difference from red, green, blue, yellow, chartreuse, Polo anymore. So
yeah.
I've lost track. But I don't think the scent is bad. Actually, I think it's fine. It's not mine, though. It's a bit more juvenile than I would wear. So what about you?
Yeah, you know, I tried the original Polo Red, and I actually have a review of that, so you can go down below and check that out. And I did not like that one.
Okay.
This one, I really reviewed that one just so I could get to this one.
Okay.
Because it came out and it's new. And everyone was like, "You've got to review Polo Red Intense." You know, I was like, "It's coming, it's coming, it's definitely coming." Everyone likes this more than Red.
Okay.
I can definitely see why. It's definitely better. So I definitely like this one more.
Okay.
But not much more.
Yeah.
You know, it still kind of has that it is very bologna cologne.
Yeah.
And there's something in there. You know, I smell like a Tonka type smell.
Yeah. Okay.
Something in there. And it kind of has like that warm molecule type of thing that, you know, this is one of those type of smells, molecule.
That's right.
It's got that kind of note in there. Different than the fresh scents.
Yes.
But it's still like a mall scent.
Yes, absolutely.
But you're right. It's not offensive. It doesn't smell bad.
Right.
It smells good.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where I would really ever recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
And I think if someone smelled it, they'd be like, "Oh, it smells okay. It smells good."
Yeah. I think this is one of those things where if you are not a big fragrance fan and you just want a cologne that you're going to wear it the same one every day, you just want to find something that's going to work for you and you can just put it on and not worry about it, it's probably a great choice because you can wear it, you know, pretty much any time or any place. Yeah. It's not real distinct in what it would be used for. So I think it's fine for that purpose. I think for people who care about fragrances and who want to build a wardrobe will find a hard time finding a place for this.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fill a gap. It's just another cologne. You know what I mean? But for someone who just wants a cologne, like if they're looking on YouTube for a Polo Red Intense review and they find this, then I think this would be a great choice for them because it's going to smell good. It's not going to offend anybody. You can wear it pretty much anywhere, anytime, I think.
As for the notes, you know, I get a little bit of cranberry, I get a little bit of lemon, kind of. They kind of add, just kind of lift its, the top part and kind of give it a little bit of zing.
Yeah.
The dry down though is kind of lackluster, and it's very much in the bologna cologne land.
Kind of musky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently there's coffee in the notes, and you would never know it. I kind of hate whenever a fragrance now has coffee in the notes. I'm like, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah. That's right.
Like, I wanted to believe at first, but after so many times of being let down, I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't care.
That's right.
I'm sure there are a lot of coffee drinkers out there. We're two coffee drinkers.
Yeah.
Smell coffee every day.
Every day.
No coffee in this.
Or in any fragrance, hardly ever. Come on.
Yeah.
This can't be that hard to figure out.
Yeah. It's an okay fragrance, and I can't fault it for anything, but it's just kind of in the generic land.
Yeah.
So,
that is perfect.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
What about compliments?
No, I mean, I wasn't looking for any or asking, because if you smell fragrances a lot and you smell this, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah.
I think it would garner compliments from particularly the opposite sex. If you're a guy, I think for the women will like it.
My wife hated this.
Did she really?
She said it smelled like an old man cologne.
That's like her default now, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Which is so funny because I don't think this smells like an old man cologne.
No.
I think it's almost the opposite.
I think it's juvenile, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very young. And I think a lot of young men would wear this and smell fine in it.
Yeah.
I don't think it smells old man at all, but
Yeah.
I can see her not liking it though.
Sure.
Bang for buck, this is $86 for a 4.2 ounce, 125 mil. I think for what you're getting, I think that's an okay value. That's
Yeah.
kind of like the sticker price for a brand new fragrance.
Yeah.
And this was, this just came out not too long ago, so
Yeah.
it's going to be at that sticker price until it hits the gray market.
Yeah.
Then once it does, then I think it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
As it stands, I think $86, even though that's reasonable, is high for what you're actually getting.
Yes, when it hits gray market and it's half that, trigger.
Yes, when it's like $45,
Yeah.
I think that's a more suitable price for what you're getting for this.
Agreed.
So final rating, what do you give this?
I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. You can't fault it for smelling. It smells good, so you can't really fault it that way, but it's not anything new to me or special that I want to own. So for me, it's a 3 out of 5. I think for a lot of people, it might be a 4, though.
I'm going to say the same thing, 3 out of 5 for me as well. It's not a bad fragrance. It didn't turn me off in any type of way.
Yeah.
It just didn't spark my interest.
Yes.
It didn't, it didn't excite me.
It didn't speak to you.
It didn't speak to me, yeah. And it is kind of in that generic realm. And because of that, it's not something that I would really buy or recommend, but I still think it's fine for what it is. So that's all we have for Polo Red Intense. Have you tried it? Let us know down in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. We'll see you next time. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.
Bye, guys. We'll just do it ourselves.
We'll do it ourselves. We'll do it live.
That's a Bill O'Reilly. Yeah. I hate when I can't think of the adjective.
Yeah.
Until later.
You could be asleep and be like, chlorinated.